Good morning, executives. The Spartan Building Group is pleased to present a remarkable investment opportunity in the city of Concord, North Carolina, a rapidly growing city not only within North Carolina, but also the United States. The 298-acre parcel featuring 428 single-family homes and 113 townhomes sits perfectly in the rolling hills of North Carolina with the Rocky River running straight through the heart of it. We'd like to welcome you to the Pines at Rocky River. My name is Tamim Siddiqui, and I'm the Regional Operations Director for the Spartan Building Group.
Andrea Cole, Land Development Specialist.
Taylor House, Director of Product Design.
Sabrina Mignacci, Project Manager.
Mel Rowley, Sales and Marketing Director.
And Mike Hedvina, Chief Financial Analyst.
Thank you, everyone. A few things to highlight before we begin. Our project has a total project duration of 56 months, generating approximately $177 million in total net sales revenue. We're able to achieve that with a 12% gross profit margin, leading to a 25.5% internal rate of return. To analyze our local market, we based our CMA from our site in Concord with the mean drive time of approximately 36 minutes from our census tract 41503 in 10-minute increments. Cities such as Harrisburg, Charlotte, and Kannapolis all fall within our CMA. And upon further inspection, Harrisburg is found to be the most significant competing location as it offers similar conveniences and attractions, but at a much higher price. The Spartan Building Group analyzed 6 different competitor new construction communities and the existing homes used markets within our area, all of which are similar in terms of target demographics and design. Our site is situated between 2 new residential developments. The Mills, represented by the orange circle, happens to be the closest to our development, represented by the black star. It's important to note that most of these competing communities are mostly built out and sold out, leaving the Pines at Rocky River with a competitive advantage to capture the market. Our team has analyzed approximately 80 model homes from our competitors in this regression illustration. The Pines at Rocky River, indicated by the green squares, fits appropriately above the average price range due to the extended amenities available throughout our community. Our homes have been priced for competitiveness in the market and affordability considering the median household income in our census tract. Concord experiences one of the lowest absorption rates, suggesting a high demand in the area. This results from a significant supply-demand imbalance. With historically low mortgage interest rates and a median household income in our census tract of approximately $94,000, which is significantly higher than Concord and most other areas of Cabarrus County, we can further reinforce that this opportunity is in the right place at the right time. As you can see, both Concord and Cabarrus County experienced the most growth in a steadily rising population over the last 30 years. This has created an opening in the market to allow for new developments. Our research indicates our target buyers are not only coming from the Metro Charlotte area and other cities within North Carolina, plus they're also coming from many parts of the United States, such as the Northeast region, as well as some parts of the West Coast. This is because more and more retirees are looking to settle somewhere with warmer weather and where they can get more for their money. Drilling into this data further, we see that over the last 10 years, we have significant growth in age groups of 0 to 24, 25 to 34, 35 to 54, and 55 plus. This results from an influx of home buyers moving into Concord while current residents are staying. Based on our comprehensive data analysis, we have identified first-time homebuyers to experienced homeowners and active lifestyle adults as target buyer groups for our community. Now I would like to pass it on to Andrea for land development.
Thank you, Tamim. So this parcel of property is going to be 298 acres with beautiful wooded rolling hills throughout, as well as streams and 2 ponds. The subsoil report revealed that there's partially weathered rock towards the surface of this land, and so we are doing slab-on-grade construction. The surface report also revealed that there is 1 borehole that had some soft soil. However, this was located by some planned open space, and so we ultimately opted to design around that specific location. Currently, this parcel of property is zoned for low-density residential, and we are going to be annexing into Concord city limits for utility purposes, as well as a high-density residential option that allows for a variety of types, such as small lots, large lots, and townhomes. This fits perfectly within the Cabarrus County master plan that they have for this location. The parcel of property is divided by Zion Church Road as indicated here. And so because of this, we are doing 428 single-family detached homes to the south and 113 townhomes to the north. Our neighborhood will also have multiple entrances for zoning compliance as well as ease and convenience for our residents. Some community features of our design are open space, 3 dog parks, boardwalk throughout the open space, as well as a centrally located community center. This community center is going to have one of the dog parks nearby, a pool and water slide, putting green, tennis and pickleball courts, as well as a community garden, so there's something for everyone at the Pines at Rocky River. The community center is also going to have a workout space with men's and women's locker rooms, an outdoor and indoor lounge that's connected by a double-sided fireplace to create a cozy atmosphere that can be used year-round. Our standard lot is going to be 80 feet wide by 100 feet deep. This allows for all of our floor plans set on most of our lots. It's important to note that there are 63 lots that are 60 feet wide, and this still allows for 5 out of 6 of our floor plans to rest on those locations. Pink indicates any lot that has direct access to open space. Orange indicates any lot that's 9,000 square feet or greater, and yellow indicates any lot that has direct access to open space as well as a larger lot. Sustainability is very important to us at Spartan Building Group. We were able to achieve a 4-star National Green Building Standard rating for this site design, as well as an emerald for lot design. This was mostly due to following the natural topography of the site and creating a curving linear road design. Along the road network is our rain gardens, which is our main stormwater management system. These features, as well as the open space and a low impact option for our boardwalk, allowed us to create a beautiful and sustainable neighborhood for our residents. Now I'd like to pass it on to Taylor for product design.
Thanks, Andrea. Here at the Pines, we offer 6 unique single-family home plans and 4 townhome plans to choose from. All these models come in a craftsman-style exterior and are equipped with a 2-car garage, a covered porch, and a back patio. All our models are 0-step entry homes to allow for ADA accessibility and comfortable aging in place. The homes are customizable with our unique finished packages, and buyers have the option to choose from multiple upgrades. First up, we have the Hickory. At approximately 1,300 square feet and a starting price of $264,000, Hickory is our most efficient model. The single-story home is an affordable option for first-time home buyers all the way to the active adults who are looking for less square footage to maintain. Next up, we have the Cypress. At approximately 1,600 square feet and a starting price of $294,000, the Cypress is our most efficient 2-story model and offers a pocket office space, making it ideal for the young professionals who are moving to our area. Now showing is the Willow. At approximately 2,000 square feet and a starting price of $342,000, the Willow's additional square footage allows for a first-floor master suite and private office. This model is ideal for buyers who desire the large common spaces but appreciate the privacy as well. Now shown is the Sycamore. At approximately 2,400 square feet and a starting price of $368,000, the Sycamore is our largest single-story model. The spacious living area and large kitchen make it the ideal model for active adults who enjoy entertaining and hosting guests. Next up is the Magnolia. At approximately 2,800 square feet and a starting price of $412,000, the spacious common area and large number of bedrooms, coupled with the fact that the first floor bedroom can act as an in-law suite, make this model ideal for large families. And finally, we have our Dogwood. At approximately 3,300 square feet and a starting price of $448,000, the Dogwood is our largest model, allowing features like additional flex space on the second level and a breakfast nook off the kitchen. The spacious bedrooms and the first floor master suite allow this model to fit a multitude of lifestyles, from the active adults to the large families. Here at the Pines, we also offer 4 20-foot wide townhome plans, 2 of which are interior unit designs starting at $291,000 and 2 of which are end unit designs starting at $306,000. All these units are 3 stories tall and have 3 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, and 2 half baths, allowing for at least 1 bathroom per level. Additionally, they're all equipped with a 2-car attached rear-loaded garage, a 2nd-story covered porch, and the upgrade option to include a shaftless elevator if the buyers desire. These are ideal for buyers who are looking for a low-maintenance home but don't want to compromise on size or style. Sustainability is also a very important part of product design here at the Pines. All our models are equipped with low E windows, low VOC paints, and smart thermostats. Our standard appliances are all Energy Star rated, and all our fixtures are low flow. Now I pass over to Sabrina, who's going to discuss project management.
Thank you, Taylor. A project manager will oversee all operations, while a horizontal superintendent and vertical superintendent will oversee their respective areas of construction, each assisted by a project engineer. In this table on the left, we've identified construction risks and their corresponding mitigation strategies on the right. For the partially weathered rock, we have contingency plans in place. For For the corrosive soil, we'll use concrete admixture. And for the area of unsuitable soil, we'll complete 5 additional borings, but will ultimately refrain from developing near altogether. We've structured our base schedule on breaking ground on 3 homes per week in accordance with our projected market. The first of 4 phases will incorporate 85 homes in the northeast, south of Zion Church Road, and the community center. Each phase will begin when its preceding phase is 65% complete, so phase 2 will start February 11th, 2022, and includes 136 homes in the middle of the site and along the Rocky River. Phase 3 will start March 13th, 2023, and includes 122 homes in the westernmost area, as well as the entire 113-unit townhome area northeast of Zion. Finally, phase 4 will start June 11th, 2024, and finish out the remaining 85 homes in the northern area of our site. The entire project will finish in 4 years and 9 months, completing December 4th, 2025. Now I'll hand it to Mel with sales and marketing.
Thanks, Sabrina. Our sales and marketing plan is broken up into 3 overarching phases. We begin with our introduction phase, which concentrates on local brand awareness. In this phase, our online exposure will include the launching of our website. Additionally, there will be many print forms of advertising, such as billboards along local highways, to attract potential buyers identified through our market analysis. The last portion of this phase includes the opening of a sales office with the eventual hiring of an office manager and 4 real estate agents. Next, we have our face-to-face phase. The purpose of this phase is to share our product with potential buyers. We've told them who we are, now we need to show them. This phase will include the hiring of an external marketing firm that will overtake the expansion of social media along with more traditional practices such as the parade of homes. Finally, we have our boots on the ground phase. This phase is tasked with transitioning our development into a home for residents. One way of doing this will be by hosting a range of events for residents and locals. These strategies are estimated to capture 46% of our active adult market and 80% between the ages of 18 to 50 years old. By diversifying both print and media channels, Spartan Building Group can effectively reach all 3 target markets. Now, Mike will review our estimating and finances.
Thank you, Mel. Listed here are our construction costs, which include land acquisition, horizontal, and vertical construction, with horizontal construction amounting to almost $32 million and vertical construction costs amounting to $137 million. Now, looking at our financial scenarios, our baseline scenario is the most likely scenario due to the strong seller's market that currently exists. Our sales for this scenario are 36 per quarter, and it produces a 25.5% IRR. Now, our conservative scenario pulls quarterly sales down to 27 and extends construction by 16 months. But we find this scenario to be unlikely based on the current demand, and if it were to occur, we would implement some value engineering options to maintain profitability. The optimistic scenario allows us to reduce the project duration by 6 months while increasing sales per quarter to 60, and we feel strongly that this scenario is far more likely to occur than the conservative scenario. Our buyer preference or change mix of home scenario occurs when our home models are not purchased equally, which is an assumption in our baseline scenario. In the event of our least profitable home generating 35% of all sales, we're still able to generate a stable IRR. And this is ultimately a testament to the profitability of our homes and our development's lack of sensitivity to buyer preference. The developer scenario is our primary exit strategy in the event of economic turmoil occurring at the end of phase 2. At this point, we would sell off our remaining land for a lump sum price and still maintain a profit. Lastly, the townhome contingency scenario serves to mitigate the risk of our townhomes not being perceived well by the public. And in this scenario, we would replace our townhomes with 23 single-family detached homes. Now moving on to our investment. Today, we're asking for a $34.2 million cash commitment over the life of the project to secure $126 million worth of loans in order to generate upwards of $177 million in sales revenue. At Spartan Building Group, we believe that we have created a truly one-of-a-kind development that has never been seen before by this market. With 428 unique homes and 113 townhomes, all surrounded by a wide range of amenities, it is our distinct pleasure today to welcome you home to the Pines at Rocky River. We thank you all for reviewing our proposal and would be glad to answer any questions that you may have at this time.
I think it's me first. Yes, Dan?
Yes, sir.
Good, very good job. Well thought out plan, lots of information there. So of course you get harder questions like we've been saying. The townhome thing I'm a little confused by. I think it makes sense to stick it on the northeast side of the road, but I don't understand. Explain the logic of waiting 2 or 3 years to start selling them if you're going to offer this other product to the market and you think there's demand for it.
Yeah, absolutely. That came from talking to some local realtors in the area. They are seeing an upward trend of townhomes. However, they anticipate more of a demand in a couple years out. And so putting it in phase 3 allowed to meet that target at the peak of interest. It also allows us during phase 1 and phase 2 in our project to do a local target market during that time as well to see how the townhouses are received by our market demographic.
Okay. Well, that makes some sense. That's good. Let's see, what else did I have? Explain the site plan, that road that goes all the way out to the southwest. You talk in the discussion about having to buy easements from people. Why do you have that road there?
Yeah, I can take that one as well. That was mostly to adhere to code compliance to allow for 3 different exits for our neighborhood. And also it creates a safety as far as traffic during construction. That'll act as our main construction road during phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3.
Is your plan to have construction access actually come from the southwest? And isn't that another community back there?
There is a small neighborhood in that area. However, there was access there for that road. Mm-hmm.
Don't you think that people that live in that community are going to be upset when construction traffic starts driving through that road at all hours?
That is a fair point, and that is definitely something we'd want to talk to the local residents about before we start planning.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's overall very well thought out. That's the site plan's good. I mean, the planning is good. It's well written. That probably was not the greatest idea in retrospect, only because, it's a lot of extra road to build, and I'm sure it serves much purpose. You'd be better off if you're required to have that access to control your own destiny. Don't try to buy easements from people, that kind of stuff. I'm sure the other judges will have a lot of other questions, so I'm gonna skip past aside it, but good job overall.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, and to piggyback on that, it looks like, I haven't seen a plat of that, but it looks like that road is actually going through somebody's lot to connect to a cul-de-sac. So anyway, we'll leave that one alone. I have some questions about the townhomes also. So you answered the question very well about you expect that townhome demand is going to peak in a couple of years. Are there other builders who are building new townhomes right now? Is there any current supply of townhomes on the market in this area?
Yeah, so in our research specifically for townhomes, we noted that about a few years ago, 3 to 5, there were a handful of permits that were in this area permitted for townhomes. However, it's been exponentially growing in the last 1 to 2 years that we've noted in the permits for specific townhomes or multiple homes in this sort of style.
Okay, and I saw that you guys mentioned that the permits had increased, which is good. For the single family stuff, you show your competitors, you show the developments, what type of product they're doing. I didn't see that for the townhomes, and that's what would be nice to see if you're saying let's build a whole bunch of townhomes. It'd be nice to see who the competitors are, not just that there are permits for those. Another question on the townhomes. So you have rear load garages, which are really nice. As I'm looking at the site plan, I don't see a lot of room in the back for alleys. And talk to me about the decision to do rear loading garages. Are there, I'm not sure if these are alleys. I see some black lines, but it doesn't necessarily say. How wide are those? Did you leave enough room for people to park, or are you just saying their townhome so they can do an 8-point turn every time they pull into their garage?
That's definitely a fair question, Nate. Thank you for asking. So those roads on there are 20-foot wide alley streets. And that's where cars can come in at. And we actually positioned them so that the entrances were on the other side for those specific locations, located buildings. But it gives the residents the best views from their balcony as on each side. And specifically, I'm sure you're looking at the ones near the pond. That also was mindful so that the porch was facing the pond, so they do have a beautiful view from their residence.
Okay, so did you? It kind of cut out. You say 20 feet is the width of those alleys?
Yes, and that also allows
Okay.
for safety vehicles as well.
Okay, yeah, and just a thought on the townhomes. I mean, it does look a lot nicer. I see what you guys are going for. It costs a lot more to pave something, 20 feet of pavement behind everything instead of just doing front load garages. But again, kind of nitpicky stuff. One other question for you, well, actually a couple others. So you have some HOA fees, and it's mostly just walking parks. So is the HOA fee the same for the townhomes as for the single family?
I can take that one. Yeah. So HOA fees are going to be consistent across all homes. That HOA fee is $60 a month. It covers all of our expenses for the boardwalk, the community center, and maintaining the rain gardens.
Okay. And do the townhomes get any extra landscaping, or do you landscape your entire portion? Typically, townhomes, there's a little bit more landscaping. Are the single family homes subsidizing the landscaping of the townhomes, or how is that split up?
So it's sort of just divided across everything. So everyone is going to have relatively similar amount of landscaping on their property.
And I don't mean the landscaping that goes in, but the maintenance of that landscaping. So if you live in a townhome, you're responsible to maintain your landscaping?
No. All the landscaping is going to be maintained by us.
And same thing for the single family as well. The single family will be maintained?
No, that would be the sort of their own property.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying, that you might want to consider having a different HOA fee for the townhome, since they're getting more than the single family. Single family won't want to subsidize the maintenance of landscaping for them. And then you guys have a boardwalk, which I think could be a great idea, but you mentioned in your proposal that you can do a paved path at 7% of the cost of the boardwalk. Why not just do a paved path if it's that much less expensive?
I can take this one. So with the boardwalk, what we were really trying to do, since it's post-driven, it's really a minimal on-site disturbance. And what we were trying to do with our open space is maintain the natural integrity of the site as much as possible. And with that post-driven boardwalk, yes, it is a little bit more expensive, but in its lifespan, we expect the cost to be more worth it than, like, say, a paved path. And again, it helps us with that open space and natural site development, along with our sustainability aspect as well.
Great. All right. Thanks. Nice job.
I hate going after Nate. He asks all my questions. So I had a question that caught my attention too. I was originally on the land side. So I heard the natural path was going to be a boardwalk. And then I saw the rain gardens in lieu of traditional stormwater management. Is that a requirement per zoning, or again, is that a decision that's being made?
No, that was a decision we went with. So when doing our estimates, we initially started with an underground storm system, and we found that the cost from the rain gardens, they would add savings to the project. And additionally, it helps us go for that sustainable feel to the neighborhood.
So I'm going to repeat that. So you found that the low impact development rain gardens was a cheaper alternative? Is that?
Yeah, it was a much less expensive alternative to an underground storm system.
Okay. I trust your numbers, but I'll tell you in practice that we've seen that's not the case. And when you're doing it, just as sort of a lessons learned from doing it, the construction's very difficult. They get messed up. The rain gardens in particular, if they're adjacent to lots, can be messed up by our subcontractors coming in and out. And then the culverts, when you're talking about your landscape maintenance, the culvert maintenance is key. They turn ugly pretty quick if they're not handled correctly. I think I don't want to go past this without saying it. So I guess you all did your own home designs and the website mock-ups and the fly-throughs. Phenomenal.
Yep, all those were. Thank you. Yep.
So it should have been mentioned before now. Probably it was really well done. I like the product design. I thought it was all cool, like very very on point to what we're seeing from our designers now. I did have a question. I'm going to go back to the elevators again because you mentioned it. Did I hear someone say, or townhouses? Did I hear elevator said out loud at some point?
Yes, yep. We all have the option to have a shaftless elevator in any of our townhomes. Yep.
Now, was any special consideration taken on product design or site design because of that option?
Sure, all of our homes are designed so as it stands, or all our townhomes are designed so as it stands now, there is a closet space on each of the 3 levels so that you don't have to have an elevator in the townhome, but if you choose to have that upgrade, so if an active adult or just, you know, whoever wants to buy that house wants to upgrade to a shaftless elevator, they are still able to buy one of the townhomes. They're not going to be like taken out of our target demographic just because of 3 stories tall.
Okay. Again, just to sort of for your knowledge, or you can throw it away if you want. We do a fair amount of elevator town product. We get into visibility ADA requirements here if the stick's over 3, which impacts site design. It impacts 0 entry ways into the building for egress. So just be careful. It even triggers ADA bathrooms sometimes. So I think it's a good option as far as hitting that target market. Depending on your market, it might also triggers some sort of other decisions that need to be made. And if it does, you need to know early on because your site design can be driven by it too. But again, I think a good idea of attacking that market. We're pretty successful with it across price bands. So I'll turn it over to Dan now.
Yeah, hey, great job. And Tom, thanks for the segue because I'm going to go right into that. Yeah, the elevators are going to trigger a whole different ball game for you. With the townhomes, you didn't design any overflow parking. So I don't have anywhere for friends or family to come over and visit. I don't see any parking. That's going to be you're going to have a big problem in engineering review with that. You're not meeting the requirements there. So just be careful when you do townhomes. You've got to think parking as well. It's a big deal, especially with rear loaded stuff. So you mentioned the product swap. So at some point you could convert those townhome lots to single family. What triggers that? And then what are you doing? Are you holding off installing utilities until you've made that decision? I just kind of want to know what the process is for that.
Right. So that townhome switch over to the 23 single family detached homes would take place somewhere over those first 2 phases. So another reason why we've decided to delay it is so that in our research on the market, if we're finding negative feedback on the townhomes, we're able to delay that. And so that whole entire site will be won't be developed until we know that there is demand for it. So there won't be any question of if it's developed before. I think that's what you're kind of asking, if utility connections are put in before. So it won't be touched for the first 2 phases. So that decision to go or not go would happen somewhere in those first 2 phases.
Right. But then you have to get it engineered. You've got to get it submitted. You got to get it approved. Sure. I mean, there's a whole process to that. So just didn't know, other than market and realtor feedback, is there any other mechanism that's going to cause you to make that decision? Right. So what I'm seeing now in your pricing for your townhomes, your 291 to 305, well, that's more expensive than your smallest ranch. To me, it doesn't make any sense to build an upscale townhome when typically a townhome, especially in this area, would be a value play. You know, you're trying to get to a lower price point with a townhome with an increased density. So I'm just not understanding that, other than just having another unique product. I don't understand where it fits in the portfolio. So, and then the other one that I want to kind of ask is, you said, hey, a value engineer will value engineer if things get a little crazy. And I'm assuming because prices are going to go up, margins are low, whatever. Why not do that from the beginning? Why wait? Why wait and leave money on the table if you don't have to?
Sure. So one of our primary value engineering options is to go to that paved path for the nature trail. And so it's something we don't want to do because we do feel that amenity offers a lot to our customers.
So there's no value engineering on the home. It's just value engineering of the site.
It is. Yeah. It's site value engineering. Correct.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Because your margins are pretty low on the home. I'd like to see a little more profit in there, but to me, it just seems like you can get squeezed if you have to start to discount. So, okay.
Sure.
Well, I think we're running out of time. So great job, team. Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank
for your
you.
time.
Thank
really
you
nice
so much
job.
for your time.
You guys all have a good day.